I think that makeup is really all about transforming yourself, right, into whatever it is that you want to be that day. I think whether your best self is au naturel with nothing at all, then that's the case. It gives you the power to be whoever you want to be. Yes and no. I think it's twofold. I think that women, our needs are still the same. We as women will always be 100 times busier than most men, right? We will always, sorry boys, jobs, friends, kids, whatever it is. And so I think that our need for quick, instant beauty will always be and always has been. Beauty being online has pushed the beauty industry and companies like Benefit to be that much better, because with the click of a button, you can see absolutely everything. I think it's still a sense of expression. I think that women all over the world use it to express themselves. I think that we use beauty and products as a way to, like I said earlier, kind of transform and be whoever it is that you want to be. So I think that that's kind of remained. I would say every 3 years, the whole beauty look changes, right? It's 1 year it's brights, 1 year it's natural, soft, it changes. But I think that at the end of the day, real women like us, we all have real beauty dilemmas. It's just how we solve them that's so different. Like, there's massive trends, right? And there's huge focuses that every year it changes. But I think at the end of it, it's all trying to achieve the same thing. Yeah. I think that, it depends on what decade you're talking about. Now, it's on the internet. We live in this world where you can look up anything online and in an instant. I think it's a really interesting time that we're in. Collaboration of still the runway and fashion trends leading the really high-end conversation, and then you have like real world girls. That's what I love about our brand, is that we are your everyday, day in, tried and true. We like to say we're your favorite pair of skinny jeans kind of makeup product, right? Yeah. We're the product that you were never gonna leave the house without. Yeah. And so that's really what I love about it, is that we kind of take that aspirational look, whether it's the YouTube look or the runway look, and we make it real for you, and we give you the tools you need. Yeah. I think that women are their most beautiful when they are confident in themselves. And I think that when women feel confident in themselves, it changes everything about them. I think that I have a really incredible job where I get to see women, particularly with our philanthropy project, I get to see women and girls kind of transform and go from shy, kind of quiet, not confident to, doing her own personal runway. And it's a real difference in the way that you present yourself. Our slogan at Benefit is laughter is the best cosmetic. We truly believe that when you are laughing and smiling and having fun, that is when you are your most beautiful. And so we realized about 5 years ago that there's millions of women who get to experience that. Then there's millions of women who don't have the means to come into a boutique. Those are the women and girls who need that empowerment the most. There's a moment, and usually it happens around like 16, 17, where you look in the mirror after you've had someone teach you, right, how to do your makeup, and you really realize that you are beautiful. And that moment is why I do what I do. Yeah. Giving people that moment to really realize that like they are worth something, and that they can accomplish whatever they want to accomplish. And that's what this project is supposed to do for those girls who can't come into store. Yeah. Our main goal is to empower women and girls no matter what the cost. I feel like in the beauty industry, it's very easy to lose who you are. It's okay to play the game, but you have to play the game in our way. So I think it's very challenging to stay true to who you are, because sometimes you get bored with that, but you have to know that who you are got you to where we are. You always want to do something new to keep everyone's attention, but sometimes it's having the same conversation just in a different way that really keeps your brand authenticity. We tend to be about 5 years ahead of most other brands in that sense, right? We've been doing this, what we call our creative packaging and our irreverent names since the beginning.
Yeah.
I know this is like probably a little cheesy, but I really have to say that the women, like my grandmother, was probably one of the most badass women I'd ever met in my life. I think really what makes a woman a bold kind of have a sense of empowerment is really when she just doesn't care what people think. And I think also just going for what you believe in and not ever doubting yourself. You know, the women in my family are pretty much the most bold women you will ever meet, but that's where this brand came from, you know? If I think brows and I think like a brow icon, I just go to Audrey Hepburn. Yeah. Like those beautiful, beautiful, beautiful brows. That's the thing that I really love about brows is that in every decade, the best brow, it's so different than it is today, right? Like you look at the 90s and it was super thin. You look at, you know, the 80s and it was super bushy. The 70s, it was super bushy. And so every decade has this new brow. So I always love to think like, what is the next 10 years? What's that gonna be like? Are we ever gonna go back to thin? Or are we gonna, you know, be with the boyfriend brow forever? Like, who knows?